Do you see that? He swam back. There's one right. Is there one there too?
Carving its way through Wyoming and Montana is the Bighorn River. Famed trout tributary of the Yellowstone, the Bighorn is very well known amongst anglers as a world-class trout river. Along the banks of the Bighorn River, basically centrally located on the Crow Reservation, sits Fort Smith, Montana. Locals refer to this sleepy little town as the fishing village at the end of the road. That description is bang on accurate. Though seemingly sleepy, those who have traveled here know there is a constant buzz about town 365 days a year.
Hey, Pete.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, man. I need to get a license, please.
Awesome. Just need your driver's license from you. Okay.
What brings people to Fort Smith? It's simple. Trout. With over 3,000 trout per mile, many bighorn anglers return year over year. And if you've never experienced this river, do yourself a favor and put it on your bucket list.
Coming up on this episode of The New Fly Fisher, we're fishing with Pete Shanafeld out of the Bighorn Angler on the Bighorn River in southeastern Montana. This big fish adventure starts right now on The New Fly Fisher.
That's a nice sized fish.
Absolutely fantastic. Good fish.
The New Fly Fisher is supported by Bighorn Angler Fly Shop. Visit Southeast Montana. Scientific Anglers. Trout Unlimited. WeatherTech Canada.
Bighorn Angler is home away from home for many traveling anglers, both stateside as well as from all over the world. With a great variety in lodging, there is something for cozy couples, and they can accommodate larger corporate events.
That's what I was thinking. Remember, because it was all washed out?
With a full-service fly shop and outstanding guide service available, all you really need to bring to Fort Smith is your fishing gear and a desire to fish world-class water.
I should say straight out, if not, land your flies just a little bit upstream of your indicator.
Okay.
Co-owners Pete Shanafeld and Mike Dewey have made Bighorn Angler the destination for anglers in southeast Montana.
What keeps me motivated every morning when I wake up and I go to my computer to see what's going on is that people are going to call me, and as a result of that, they are going to have some of the best memories that they're ever going to have. They're going to have some of the best times of their life they're ever going to have.
I've had people literally say you changed my life, learning, catching a fish or whatever, and the fact that these people come back, it's like, it just makes you feel like, you're doing something good, you're doing something right.
Yes, maybe we're the owners and maybe Pete's more the face of the business, but without the guides that we have, without the staff that we have, we're nothing. That's what I'm just so appreciative and just happy about in terms of where we're at.
The river's 5 minutes from the shop right here, and you can catch a fish right off the boat ramp almost every single day.
Yeah, we're a fly fishing village at the end of the road in the middle of nowhere, but the access to the river couldn't be more convenient.
How many days are you fishing?
Fish until Friday.
Okay.
Not fishing Friday, though.
So yeah, state of Montana, you can take a picture of your fishing license here, have it on your phone. If a game warden checks you, you're good to go.
We're here to experience the bighorn during shoulder season. It's springtime, the 1st of May to be exact. Not sure what this time of year will hold, but Pete assures me the bighorn fish as well all year long. After I license up, it's time to hit the bighorn.
Oh, we're gonna start the day off doing some nymph fishing here. Flows are up a little bit, so gotta go a little deeper, a little heavier right now. Fishing our standard nymph rig here, roughly about 7.5 feet from the indicator to our weight. And then we're gonna be running 2 nymphs here, most likely a bigger sow bug on the top and then probably some sort of little perdigon on the bottom. The betas are moving around more so in the afternoon, so that's kind of been our standard rig this time of year. We're in higher water right now. We're at about 6,000 CFS on the bighorn. So a lot of it, key right now is good drift. Standard, just kind of throw it out. Obviously mend with the boat. We got some goofy current. Sometimes they're gonna be mending up, sometimes they're gonna be mending down. I'm gonna line you up out here on the shelf. Distance-wise, maybe about 20 feet out here. Looks shallow on the top here, but we wanna line it up for the soft drop on the inside here. Yeah, and I'll just follow you with the boat. If I get a little bit behind, I might have you cast again. It's a little slower current here. I'm gonna stay off it just a little bit.
He's right there?
Yeah, he's right. It's going past him just a little bit. Kind of a tough drift on that inside. He's right in this back part. I just saw him move over. There's a white rock kind of right out. Yeah, just a little down there.
All right, Pete, late start to the morning. We started out nymphing, struggled a little bit, but now you've got me in an unbelievably sweet spot here on the river.
Yep, this is a pretty well-known little spot fish. We're later in the morning here, so we're starting to see a lot of the midges moving around, the betas. This particular spot, we're seeing the fish kind of feeding subsurface, but up in the water column. They're eating the midge pupa, some beta nymphs. Got some great sight fishing opportunities here. Yeah, and it should just keep getting better and better.
So what do you got to set up with today?
We're just running a pretty standard dry dropper rig. I've got pretty much a big parachute ant on here, something we can see real well that'll float high. A couple feet below that, just a little, it's called the silver bullet betas, little perdigon kind of jig nymph we're fishing there. So it drops down quick, gets right in the zone, and they hopefully get them to eat.
I just saw a nose.
Perfect, let's go get them. Yeah.
This spot is well known by Pete to hold numbers of fish in high water. As we get into position, the bugs are really starting to go off.
Look at the bugs.
Midges like crazy, and the odd blue-winged olive are coming down. Check out the view from above.
Nice.
Makes me nervous fishing it back that far. Got him. Fish just ate it there too.
It's like the perfect little landing spot. Nice one. That's a fish.
Called it. Woo! This one's hot. We've been seeing some noses come up, some browns eating off the surface, and I don't know if they're eating midges or betas, but they're definitely eating the pupa for sure. But hopefully, you know, maybe later today we'll see some noses come up and be able to present some dry flies. Spring dry fly fishing sounds pretty awesome to me right now. You see what it was, Pete?
Looked like a rainbow. It's pretty
Really?
good rainbow. It's fighting a little more than those some of the other guys. Oh yeah.
It is a rainbow.
Nice fish, yeah. See if I can not fall in the water.
Sorry, man. That's a good fish.
Solid fish. That's a nice one.
Let's take a look at this guy. Nice fish. Now, Pete, it's the 1st of May. Is the spawn over now?
Not quite yet. The Bighorn, we're fairly far behind some of the other rivers in Montana. Our water stays really cold, so you know we're in the high 30s, low 40s right now. Same pattern we saw the last few years. So the fish were peak spawn was kind of towards the end of May and the first part of June. So we're on the front end of it still. Been seeing a few fish on beds, but not like it will be here in a few weeks.
Cool. All right, well, let's let this guy go. It's a good fish. You can know right away. You can feel it. Get him past that log. Stay out of this hole. This is a good fish. You can feel it as soon as you set the hook. Keep him away from this log. Good one, Pete. Nice brown. Stay out of there. Stay out of there. Come on. I gotta walk him down. There's a log that comes out that he's trying to get underneath. I don't want him to.
Wow.
Cool fish.
That's a sweet looking fish, man.
As the afternoon moves along, we decide to head on down the river to another spot Pete knows of that, at this time of year, if the conditions are right, we may be in for some dry fly opportunities. But first, we have to get there. We will nymph our way down, both from the boat and walking and wading.
All right, so this is our kind of standard bighorn nymph rig for this time of year. We're first day of May. Running a leader, you can run a tapered leader, but essentially running down from our indicator. Using about a medium Oros here. I'm running roughly about 7.5 feet or so. Running down to a swivel, and I've got it's called a slip weight on here. So I've got some tungsten putty on there. This will slide on the leader if I throw it in shallow water from the boat. If I throw it in deep water, it'll kind of adjust to the bottom. From there, I'm running roughly 18, 20 inches or so. I've got some 4X fluorocarbon on here. My first fly is some sort of sow bug. It's just kind of a pink bead rainbow sow. Another 18, 20 inches down, same 4X, and we're in the afternoon here, so we're starting to see some bugs. This is just a little perdigon, kind of for the betas that are starting to move around, and lead it for a midge too. Yeah, so that's kind of the standard rig we're running here, wade fishing as well as fishing from the boat on the Bighorn here in the spring.
So Pete, how do you want me to fish this?
So we're on this big long shelf right here. Ideally, you know, longer cast the better, but you want to throw your drift upstream as much as you can, not straight upstream. What are we, about a, I don't know, 30-degree angle? Obviously it depends on the spot you're in, but essentially you want to throw high enough up. You want to let those flies get down kind of in the zone until you're essentially leading into your spot. So for example, this spot right here, we're throwing it up on a shallower shelf, letting it sink. By the time it's hitting that drop, you're kind of getting your first mend in, which is where it's about straight across from you here, and that lets those flies just drop right in the bucket. Something I see here a lot on the river, I've had it with clients, I see people, you know, going by in the boat. People tend to fish more straight out in some of these spots. What happens is the further you cast out, the current's getting faster, faster, faster. So what that's doing is grabbing your bugs, everything, speeding them up past your indicator and all that. The way we're fishing here, by throwing it upstream, keeping some slack in the line, let it get down, it's obviously proven to be effective. And then you notice here at the bottom, feeding some slack out, letting it go out. I mean, essentially fish a wide angle, you know, instead of this short window like Mark's fishing here, he's fishing a wide angle, so he's getting, you know, the kind of the bulk of the run. And then, you know, I'll fish these spots like this. I'll probably do, I don't know, 5, 6 drifts you think are great, and then step down maybe 5 feet or so and kind of do the exact same thing. You'd be amazed, by taking just a few steps, it just changes the angle of your drift and catch a fish.
And you want me to start as close to myself as I can and work my way out?
Correct, yeah. So we'll start in close. It's close by like maybe 10 feet of line or so. It depends on the spot, but this spot, yeah, pretty close. And then as you feel like you've gotten good drifts through the spot, my general rule, you know, 3, 4 good drifts, work it out another few feet. Obviously there's some things to look for. If there's a good drop off, if there's a good seam line, there's certain things you want to look for. But you know, on the Bighorn with this higher water, these fish are pushed way in tight sometimes. And as you saw those first few fish, they were sitting right out in front of us here. I mean, you could easily walk over those. And they'll eat pretty good on the swing here too sometimes, for some reason.
That's a fish.
Yeah, buddy.
You nailed it, Pete, in tight, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I see a lot of people walking too far out, especially with this little higher water we have. You know, these fish are pushed up on these edges, and sometimes they're out, but you know, why not start with an easier, shorter cast? And just had 2 fish there. That's a good fish. Yeah, and some of these fish we can kind of, in the faster, if we get like the big ones, I'll kind of walk them down a little, just get them out of that current. They've been tweaking those hooks a little.
Try to get them into the softer water closer to shore.
Nice.
Water skim right there. How do you like that?
Beautiful fish.
So don't ever discount the shallows before the drop, because those fish will be up in the shallows often, and then you're casting over fish to get to fish that may not even be there. So don't ever discount the stuff closest to you. Fish close and then work your way out, because if you don't, you start going right to the drop, you could be fishing over fish in order to get to the fish that may not even be there.
We could probably fish it all the way down to, you can see it gets nice and slow and juicy down there. And just walk it all the way down that thing.
There's a good one.
They're in here.
They are in here, in the shallow too.
Yeah.
That's like 5 casts and 3 hookups. But it goes to show you how much you have to watch your bubble the entire time.
Oh,
That was
man.
very little, just a slight hesitation.
Barely moved, yeah. Looks a little bigger maybe.
Feels heavy.
Yeah, it looks a little better than the last one.
But they're not sitting on the drop, they're sitting above the drop, hey?
Yeah. Want to eat the sow bug on that guy. Nice. A little longer. Good fish. Heck yeah.
So we decided instead of moving down, that we'd move up this flat.
Oh, nice fish.
And it seems like all these fish are in shallow. They're not off the drop yet. They've moved up onto the flat. And that's where they're living. So looks like another dark fish, hey Pete?
Yeah, it's good fish. I can't tell, it's rainbow brown. Kind of look like
think it's a
rainbow
brown.
fish. Here we go, maybe it'll jump again.
In the springtime here on the Bighorn, you know, you don't need to get up at the crack of dawn and fish because the water's cold. I mean, it's in the high 30s, low 40s in the morning, and it's freezing, and the fish are really, really lethargic. But it's, you know, pushing on to 5 o'clock now in the afternoon. We've had an absolutely incredible afternoon of fishing.
Yeah, nice big bow.
Rainbow?
Yeah, ate the sow bug, it looks like. See if it comes over in the softer stuff. He's not happy, but
Nope.
oh,
Oh yeah, big fish, good one.
that's a good one.
I like that.
That's a slab.
You can tell right away, hey, they just run.
Man.
Well, the time has come. It's time to get into the inside bend Pete has been waiting for. As we get settled, we see the plumes of bugs coming down the river and the heads he was hoping for.
They should eat that one.
It's after 6 o'clock. We've had an unbelievable day today. And we came around this corner into this slick flat and saw a bunch of heads coming up. We got a CDC on. What size is it, Pete?
This is a 18.
18, and a couple of casts in the right feeding lie. And this brown kind of came up and ate it. And they're still feeding in here, which is great. If I can keep them below all these other fish, we'll have shots at others. Nice. You cannot beat dry fly fishing. It is absolutely unreal. That was awesome. So Pete, you advised me to pitch that fly like 3 to 4 feet above the feeding fish. How come?
Well, we're in this big flat here. A lot of times in the faster water, you can fish your bug pretty close to the fish. These flats, I've noticed, especially on the bighorn, these fish really like to see the fly. That means leading the fish. So generally throwing 3 or 4 feet ahead of the fish. Don't be worried about your leader, any of that. If you're not throwing, if you're throwing 20 feet over the fish, I would be worried. We're just throwing a few feet over them, so they're seeing part of the leader, that's it, and they're eating it fine. When you hit them right on the nose, a lot of time they're not gonna eat it, especially in this real flat water like we have here. But like Mark did on that one and just lined it up ahead of him a few feet and wham.
It's on.
Nice brown on the dry, so mission accomplished.
Nice. Make a fly change, direct upstream presentation. And another one came and ate it. We lost the last one, but hopefully we won't on this.
A rainbow, maybe.
Nice, good fish. That is
Beautiful
fantastic.
rainbow.
Huh?
Nice rainbow.
A rainbow?
Yeah. Surprise.
Wow, that is a surprise. Mix it in with the browns. You find that often though?
Not too often, especially this time of the year, the colder water. I don't see a lot of the rainbows on the dries like this, but
So Pete, the last time we fished together was summer, a couple years ago, but it's not summer now, is it?
it's not summer. We're first part of May here on the Bighorn. Kind of the kickoff of our season. One of the really good times to come here and visit and fish.
So shoulder season, things are not, there's summer patterns. What can we expect while we're here?
Right now our water's a fair amount cooler than what we saw in the summer, of course. Water's higher as well. We're about 6,000 CFS as of today, which is about twice the flow. But we're gonna have some of the same stuff going on, some of the hatches. You know, we're gonna have some great dry fly fishing. The nymphing's been fantastic. Maybe some opportunity for streamer fishing here and there too.
All right, well, let's get old Frank loaded up and see what we can do.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, there we go.
We decide to stop at a similar structure that garnered so much success yesterday, a sweeper in the river creating a large swirling eddy. It's warm this morning and the bugs are already popping, and wouldn't you know, we're seeing noses.
So we came across another one of these down trees up here, and in behind them was a pod of big brown trout. Now this is a tough cast for me because I'm left-handed and I'm dealing with trees and it's windy, and I gotta tuck that cast in and around a low-hanging branch, but we got one to eat. What fly did you put on, Pete?
It's just it's a mid cluster, like about an 18. Just fishing some long piece of 5X tippet here. We had very slick, clear water. These are smart fish in here. And big fish. He'll come up.
I won't drown you, I'll bring them to you.
Here he comes.
Nice. Yeah. Springtime sight fishing for big brown trout. Unbelievable.
There we go.
So there was one fish that's in there that was constantly feeding, and I think that this is it because I haven't seen any of the others come up yet, but they will. There's a ton of bugs on the water, and look at that. Just fantastic. On a size 18. Beautiful. That water is cold. Fish, another one. So the first fish we pulled out of here was in the bottom of the run and was with a pile of other fish. And hooking that fish spooked the rest, but up in the corner by the tree, right as the branches were touching the water, there's two other fish that were feeding, and we put a smoke jumper on and this guy came and ate it. It's another good one.
The day is going amazingly. That second fish put the pod down, and Pete decides to pull the plug and try something even more unique, if you can believe it. At this time of year, browns will sit in extremely shallow water and are approachable with a short, dry dropper. We hop out of the boat and turn on stealth mode. It isn't long before Pete spots a fish in about a foot of water.
Sight casting brown trout. You gotta have eyes, man. You gotta be able to see them, and that is one tough game. Nice fish.
That's cool.
That was really cool.
Put it over him a couple times, but he moved and
So we've got a royal wolf as the suspension fly, and then a nymph.
little perdigon, little betas on the bottom.
With a long leader, long dropper.
Gorgeous fish. Come on, buddy.
Oh my goodness, that's the kind of fish that makes stickers out of Pete.
That is awesome, man. Nice fish.
Look at that.
Bighorn Angler Lodge and Fly Shop is the place in Fort Smith for anglers looking for a one-stop shop. Anglers have the choice of lodging styles, being motel-style rooms, as singles or double occupancy, cozy cabins, and anglers have access to their own personal homes, all within view of the river. Regardless of your stay, you'll have full amenities, Wi-Fi, satellite TV if you like, as well as the choice of housekeeping, cook for yourself, or full meals provided by the Bighorn Angler's own personal chef. The meals are nearly perfect, and I can tell you, you will not go away hungry. Today, we're fishing with local fly tyer and accomplished fly angler, Emma Berry. Emma made the short drive from Billings to join us for a day on the Bighorn. She grew up on this river and knows it well.
I love the Bighorn, yeah. Try and get over here as much as possible. Started very young. My dad was a guide here on the Bighorn in the early 90s and just was a part of life from a very young age. It's kind of all I do these days, fish and tie. Kind of a man's world, and I think the more women, the better, and the more diversity of people, it's great for the sport.
We hop in the boat for a day on the water, and things start off with a bang.
There's a bump. I was questioning it though. I'm like, wow, he's really not moving. Feels good. It's like a good fish. Yeah.
As we head down the river, I was telling Emma about our day yesterday with the browns, and she decided she had to give it a try.
What's the setup like on this run, Pete?
Yeah, so we're fishing right behind this fallen tree, kind of a well-known spot on the Bighorn, but yeah, we've got perfect current layup here, some foam, a lot of bugs sitting in there. We got a pot of fish that have been hanging here for a few days, and they're just nymphing right on the surface, eating Baetis, midges, probably about that far on the surface. So
Yeah.
run your little dry dropper rig in there, and hopefully have some success and stick a few fish. See that like little foamy line? Like they're sitting kind of in that and maybe a little this side, down to about where the end of that tree is. Yeah, even like right there. Yeah, you lift it up. It didn't move though.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, it's like right here.
Subtle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool looking fish. Oh, there. That's the big one. Hey, don't lose it.
Don't lose the big one. Don't like that. Ooh.
Woo!
Nice.
Try the old standard, the one that worked the other day. And it looks almost exactly like this one.
Oh, baby. Don't you do it.
That one's fighting a little more. Whoa, that's sweet.
Got a jumper. Oh, man. Oh.
That's a good fish. Slow-mo high five.
Yeah, Pete.
We head down the river looking for noses. The bugs are thick, and Pete sees fish at the tail out of a long run.
We're getting set up on a couple rising fish here. We're at the tail out of this big long run. Got a lot of bugs, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. A lot of midges, a lot of Baetis coming down. Got some steady fish going here, so we're gonna get up fish from behind them, pitch it up a few feet over the top of them, and hope they eat the bug, and work our way up the bank and pick off what we can here. But yeah, the bugs are going. Good time of year here, early May. Fish dries on the Bighorn.
Here we go.
Here we go, all right. Yeah.
job.
Nice. Woo! That was smooth.
That was sick.
That was smooth.
That was sick. Okay, come on over here.
We got to chase him down the chute. That's okay.
That was him, right?
Yeah, maybe walk him back up in there. That's a nice.
That was him. That was that huge head.
He's gonna freak out. Hang on. Ah. Get out of that water. Oh, I hate when they're shaking their head. That's good. He's going up.
Yeah, Pete.
That's a pretty big one. Nice. Dang. Hell yeah. Wow, look at that.
What an unbelievable day on the Bighorn. Emma absolutely lit it up. Was that ever fun to watch? Equipment for this bighorn angler fly fishing adventure in southeastern Montana is as follows. We were wielding 5 and 6 weight rods for browns and rainbows, fishing both dry flies and nymphing rigs. For dries, we threw the 9-foot 5-weight fly rods with 5X tapered 12-foot leader. The nymph rig was under the 9-foot 6-weight rod and used a uniquely structured leader Pete builds himself. Dry flies include a variety of midge patterns, midge clusters, smoke jumpers, and caddis imitations. The dry dropper was used with a Chernobyl ant and a variety of Perdigon bullet jig flies, suspended underneath. It's our final day on the Bighorn with Pete Shanafeld.
Pete, how do I approach this?
All right, so yeah, we're kind of in a little sight nymphing situation here. We're fishing off the edge of this little heavier current, but fish are not sitting very far out in here. So ideally, I like to get maybe a little bit down behind them, pitch our bug up a few feet over the top of them to let it sink. We're running kind of a dry dropper rig. Hopefully we'll see those fish move under the water to eat it. Definitely, I don't like walking straight out on the fish because obviously they're probably going to see us in this type of water. You know, we're, what, 2 feet of water here maybe. So the stealthier you can be, the better. But yeah, if you can kind of stay off to the side, a little behind them and pitch back up over them, that seems to be about the best approach. And we've got a good visual, we've got good sunlight right here. So we should be able to see those fish move or eat or do something. And hopefully we can stick a big one in here. Looks like there's a couple good ones sitting out here. Fly I looked at was that zebra. He's eating probably something stupid like a sow bug. But this is Oh, do you see that?
No.
He spun around and followed it.
Did he?
Yeah. He's a little closer to us now. He slid in.
He's right there back again.
Yeah, he followed it.
Oh, short. Oh!
Yeah.
Did he eat that?
No, I don't. He lifted up for a sec.
I thought I saw his mouth flash. Come on, Mark. Still further?
No, that was right on him.
Was it?
Yeah.
He's right behind that black rock.
Yeah.
I lost it.
There's two there now. I think. Yep, there's two there. One's sliding back in, and he's going back out. There's one right behind that moss. Right when you're about to throw your hands up.
We've got some fish that are just being absolute jerks. But that's the fun of it, man. I mean, you get in there, you present, what, 17 different flies, and you finally figure it out.
Nice one.
Yeah, you know, he's not the fish we were looking for, but we'll take him all day long. This is great. Ate the Frenchie.
That was a zebra.
Oh, was it? You put it back to a zebra?
Yeah. Old standard.
Nice. Thanks, Pete. Well done. It actually really goes to show you that as long as you're not spooking fish out of a lie, and they're not eating, switch things up, Don't give up on that fish. We were about to stop and have lunch, but we stuck with it. We got it to eat. Now let's see if we can find that big brown.
With all the bugs on the water, we have to go hunting. Again, looking for fish noses in early season on the Bighorn.
Pete, we've come into this run and we're seeing noses. What are some of the determining factors that you deduce to try to decide what to throw at these fish if you can't see what they're eating?
Sure. Yeah. So obviously, number one, look at the river. Trying to figure out what these fish are eating here. We've got a smattering of blueing olive duns, betas. A lot of midges right now too, so a lot of big midge clusters. The next step kind of is we're looking for what these fish are, how they're eating, right? So we're looking up here, we're seeing some of these fish real splashy, real grabby. Those are probably gonna be our fish eating more kind of the midge clusters. You'll see them buzzing around.
More aggressive.
Right, yeah. And then you see some of these, like we got a fish at the top, his nose is just kind of poking up a little slower, more, taking his time to eat. That guy's probably gonna be eating the betas there.
Right.
So when we're in this situation here where we have bluing olives, midges, I carry a lot of different patterns with me, but there are a few standard patterns. This one's called a smoke jumper. It's a great crossover pattern. They'll eat it for a bluing, they'll eat it for a midge. It's just a good buggy fly. If I can get more dialed on some of these fish, if I see them eating the bluings, I might switch to a more specific pattern.
Right.
Overall though, something like this is gonna cover the bases for the most part.
So you're looking at size profile first over color or anything like that,
Right.
correct?
Yeah. I mean, I could do this same pattern. I bet we could fish, a ton of different colors on that. They're looking for that profile, a nice wing. I mean, this could look like a midge cluster, could look like an emerging, beta's coming up with this big wing starting to pop out, but it's got a nice slim little body. Kind of that wing kind of hangs down in the film. These fish, particularly on the bighorn, really like kind of merger cripple patterns. They're taking advantage of an easy meal. So
Right.
that's a great pattern to have here on the
Cool.
bighorn.
All right, let's give it a shot.
All right. got a fast current here, so be careful landing on this. Is a constant issue on the bighorn. Flows are up a little bit, obviously, but yeah, make sure you have a little plan to landed fish, I guess. Start sticking them. You know what you're doing, so we'll get this guy. Maybe. Oh, need a better net man.
They like to play the current, don't they?
Oh man, they get smart. They know to. There he comes. Nice.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we patterned that fish, saw that fish rising. He was rising probably every 30 seconds or so. I had a couple of screw ups with my cast, but managed to furl one out right in his feeding zone. He came up and ate it sideways. It was great.
As so it often happens, that one fish put the entire pod on high alert and they all stopped feeding. We're moving on. Trees and bushes in the water have proven to be money this trip.
Good brown, eh, Pete?
Heck yeah, man. Tight spot. We'll see if we can get this guy. We lost the good one in here yesterday.
Yeah.
Doing the same head shaking crap. We might get him. We might get him. Oh, we got him.
Look at this fish. So if you've ever thought about coming and fishing the bighorn, maybe that'll trick you to do it, huh? Oh, what a stud brown trout.
Nice.
On a dry dropper, just perfect. Still can't see it. Either it's a medium fish that's playing the current brilliantly.
Saw him for a sec.
What?
I saw him for a sec.
Thought you said sucker, I'm sorry.
Sucker. Whitefish.
Giant whitefish.
Oh, it is a rainbow. Yep, it's a nice rainbow. Oh.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, that's a good fish. Pete, cutbows, are they common here on the Bighorn? And you know, are they something that you can expect to catch while you're here?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I feel like we're seeing more and more in here. We have really no cutthroat. I'd say maybe one or two true cutthroat get caught a year here, and it's kind of just a mystery fish. But for some reason, we have a pretty good population of cutbows around, and
Go ahead.
makes for a just gorgeous fish, though. I mean, look at that thing. That's
A little orange slash under the gill there. And they don't have the white leading tips on their fins on the pecs as they do, but as a rainbow, they have them on the anal fins and on the peduncle. So
yeah, cool. Another cool picture fish for you.
absolutely, it's a good one too.
Yeah, that is.
another rainbow.
Is it really?
Yeah. And they're all they're great size, man. We've had amazing success, Pete, tucked in behind felled trees and stuff this week.
Yeah. That's a stud fish. Man. That's a slam.
So before we let this fish go, let me show you the fly that we're using here. We've got a dry dropper system with a little ant suspender, very visible. And then underneath, we've got a green brass head Perdigon. Barbless jig fly. These flies are absolutely incredible for trout species. They just put a clinic on them. They just seem to totally hone in on them.
Yeah, drop quick, just get in the zone, and great hooks, so they hold on to the fish well for barbless hooks.
Yep. All right, let's take a look at the fish. They're active in this cold water, let me tell you. There you go. Just a fantastic specimen. Hey Pete, thanks for an unbelievable trip. We always have fun when we fish together, and springtime was different from the last time, but I'm here to tell you the shoulder seasons are on fire.
Pleasure having you guys out here. Thanks
man.
again, Mark.
You bet.
It's great.
Well, that's about all the time we have for this episode of The New Fly Fisher. I want to extend huge thanks to Mike Dewey and Pete Shanafeld at Bighorn Angler, along with everyone else at the lodge for an unbelievable trip. What an adventure it was. For more on Bighorn Angler, check us out at www.thenewflyfisher.com. And of course, all our social avenues. Remember, adventure is out there. All you need to do is go and find it, and what better way than to do it with a fly rod in your hand. From all of us here at The New Fly Fisher, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you on the Bighorn River in southeastern Montana.
The New Fly Fisher is supported by Bighorn Angler Fly Shop. Visit Southeast Montana. Scientific Anglers. Trout Unlimited. WeatherTech Canada.